to you, help me, help you, keep bringing you the news. You already know I got something good to tap into. We're going to listen. Big shout out to his Up There podcast. One of the top, he's like one of my top 5. Like when I'm looking at like podcasts, like they get some real good, solid information and things that make sense. And more my field. This one of the guys. But let's tap into what's going on with them. And like I always say, man, I'm just giving y'all my opinion. And if nobody love you, I do, man. Tap in with your boy. Let's get this bread.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
Nobody's going to jail. Cash, but you just threw Puffy in jail. Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, and you got smoking gun evidence. He said nobody going to jail.
Ain't that crazy?
They gave you Cosby, Combs, and Kelly to dissuade because they knew this was coming.
With them releasing so many files, what do we believe and what do we ignore? Is there anything in there that should be ignored? Because my understanding is that some of what we're hearing in the allegations come from a quote-unquote tip line, the same kind of line they had for Diddy.
Right. But
what position do you take on that?
So, for example, Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, who probably is the greatest coon in American history. The information on him came from an unrelated tip. Allegedly, Supreme Court Justice Uncle Tom Clarence Thomas fondled a 4 to 5-year-old girl in a church. That was the tip. Another tip, allegedly, was that Sean Carter and Pusha T were near Harvey Weinstein somewhere on a given day, and Harvey Weinstein either SA'd or attempted to SA somebody in their presence. Those are just tips. No follow through, no arrests, no charges, no nothing. You can't do nothing with them. They could be fake, they could be real. They're unrelated to Epstein. They just end up in that file because they collected everything.
I don't understand how they end up in the file if they're unrelated to Epstein.
Same thing. But when I looked into it, it seemed as if they were saying that anything from the time period that involves celebrities or men of stature in inappropriate sexual conduct got sucked into it.
See, this is why I think they're confusing the public on purpose, even.
I believe that.
Because you trim it down and give us the Epstein files. Mm-hmm. If some of this shit is tips and things that you would say is unsubstantiated, keep it out of what you're calling the Epstein files.
They don't want to keep it out. They want it in for the reason you just said, because they know the American people are hypnotized by sensationalism. So if I drop Jay-Z name, y'all will run with Jay-Z name and forget about Bill Gates.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So yes, they're doing that on purpose.
What do you think Jay-Z's recourse could be, should be, and how you think?
To keep quiet because you ain't brought nothing. It's like if somebody accused you of something, you ain't been charged, you ain't been arrested, ain't been no investigation, there's nobody saying you did it. Think about it. You don't even have the victim on record. You see that? You do not.
But we look at the Epstein files, and it is a historical, catastrophic event. It's something that when you look when you go 100 years from now, the Epstein files is going to mean something, especially for a black man like Jay-Z. It's going to be even weaponized different for Jay than it is for even some of the other counterparts.
Right, he's not in the file per se.
But that's for people like you that knows that.
Right.
But from a salacious headline perspective.
I see what you said. The average person don't even know
exactly.
In the file.
Exactly.
This was an unrelated tip, which is an unrelated, unsubstantiated
yes.
tip. Here's what I want to say. This is not news to those of us who study white secret society, shadow government, global white supremacy. We've always known they were pedophiles. We've always known that they were Satanists. This is nothing new. Mm-hmm. What I want people to understand is that Epstein Island is only one of many locations in this country where these activities take place, Loon. Mm-hmm. The Epstein Island is the grand mansion of white supremacist aristocratic pedophilia and sex abuse. You follow me? That's, in other words, if you're black, you may never get invited there. This is the elite of that's the grand mansion.
1% or
That's a
1%.
royal house.
Yes.
But guess what? They have a space where they do that stuff in Tennessee, hypothetically.
Right.
They have a space in Cali. They have a space in
And it's just their space.
Absolutely. They got ranches all over this country,
Yes.
underground bases and everything.
Yes.
It's just that's the Grand Canyon. So my thing with people, don't get tied to Epstein Island. That's only one cell of many.
And I don't think people are tied to it. I think people do view it like a moving, living, breathing thing.
Yes.
Like the Epstein files and the Epstein situation is not dead when Epstein died.
Exactly. If he's dead, because I am not convinced that he is. Remember now, Epstein gets arrested at the year before Donald Trump's final year of his first term. So he gets arrested during Donald Trump's third year of his first term. Remember, and this is in the files, he didn't really care for Trump. Remember, Epstein is a Mossad intelligence agent whose job is to get blackmail files on every major player in global politics so they can use it against them to make them conform to the Israeli agenda, right? So he don't care for these people, he's just doing his job. Trump somehow found out Epstein don't like him, allegedly, and he had him arrested so he couldn't interfere with his election.
Boy, that was a good one.
See that? He got arrested right before election year because Trump somehow suspected that if this stuff come out on the campaign trail, I'm done. So let me get rid of this guy. I don't believe. Here's the reason I don't think Epstein is gone. He's an eyewitness to too many other people's wrongdoings. If I got to take down Trump, if I got to take down Bill Gates, if Elon Musk get out of hand, you feel me? He can testify as to what they did because he set it up.
Right.
He can be given, right, what they call it, immunity. So why would you get rid of a man who could testify on almost any member of the white aristocracy in the world?
Well, I can argue that's why you get rid of him. It's because he can testify.
Nah, that's tricky, right, y'all? Yeah, I heard what he said. He said, you know what I mean, why would you get rid of a guy that have a lot of information on people? And my brother from his Up There podcast said, I guess that's the reason why, because he knows a lot. Now, listen to what they said. I'm going to tell y'all something.
Against everyone, and he has all of that information.
But if you feel that there's weak links in the committee of 300, and you might want to embarrass and expose one publicly, you need somebody who can be a witness to what they did. In other words, Jeffrey Epstein is so low on the totem pole. He's a mule. He's not a player. He's a mule.
Yeah,
he's a go-between.
Right.
You need them for some things.
But he got himself too hot. He got himself too radioactive.
I don't think he gets hot if they don't want him to get hot. I believe they gave us Jeffrey Epstein to make us think that their system isn't foolproof. They gave us Epstein to take some of the air out the bag. You follow me? Let's give them.
But if it's as dangerous as you're saying, I think they're playing with fire. But they always control how much they give you when they.
Nobody's strong enough to do anything to them.
Right. That's what's scary.
They own the military. You got to remember, we talking about people who got their own private military.
Right.
Everybody at that Bill Gates got his own military now. Bill Gates could pick up a phone and have 1,000 guns in 5 minutes, man. They don't care.
Bro, I'm in some of these neighborhoods with some of my really, really rich buddies. And some of these houses got like 3 and 4 and 5 guards, like guarding the house at all times, like on some small military like on some on a post.
So let me give you this.
We're watching Dr. Homer Johnson on It's Up There podcast with Glenn. This is only a clip. The full.
Hey, look, man. Big shout out to his Up There podcast, man. Tap into them, man. He does his thing, you know. But what I wanted to tell y'all, like when he said, Umar said, I don't think that he's dead, or if he's dead. And he said, you know, it's Up There podcast said, well, I would think he's dead because he know too much. But like Umar was saying, you don't get rid of somebody that knows a lot. Now, yeah, y'all say, well, if he dead, then he can't talk about nobody. But the trick is this how far they thinking to stuff, right? For instance, Epstein got footage of people that's millionaires, billionaires. He have not only footage, he actually was there to see these things, right? So he knows what's going on. This was his out. He knows everything that was going on out there. Got mad information on people. I could fake his death because he still to be a stronghold piece. Because guess what? He's still in present. So even though I can't put him out in the public's eyes or in the world because the world think he's dead, I have him right here with me that can tell me everything that's going on. So guess what? Oh, that went on. So guess what? Whatever other celebrities out there doing their thing, I know more information about you. I know more dirt on you. So I can always talk about that you did this or you did that because it's true. So we don't get rid of Epstein because guess what? As long as he's alive, we still can talk about other people. We still can control people. Like you said, they control what's on the TVs and what's on the radios and stuff like that. We already know that part, you know? So even when he broke down, I found that kind of interesting with Jay-Z, right? He's in that case, right? But like they said, Jada, he ain't saying nothing. They ain't got nobody that's coming forward and said that, you know, this happened to them. They just have somebody saying that they saying Jay-Z and Pusha T did. And I guess somebody they came with. You know? So even with that, they use his name because it kind of takes a lot of the heat off of other people's names, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just how it works, you know? But like I said, man, I want y'all to tap in with me. I want y'all to like, comment, subscribe. I want y'all to look at more of this on here because I don't want to beat y'all in the head all day about that one little topic because Epstein is everywhere. You know, I just wanted y'all to hear how he feels as though Trump, you know, got rid of Epstein. And it's like a double sword because people may think like, damn, why Trump do that when he was in there with him? But guess what, at the end of the day, Trump knew he wanted to be president. If he wasn't president, he'd probably been sitting behind the walls. So he go ahead and get him out the way and just deal with it. Let it all come out because I'm still the president, so I'm going to let pop off what I want to pop off. So it was a strategic move, you know? But, hey, listen. First of all, let me rewind my track back and say I send my condolences and prayers and blessings to all people that was in anything dealing with that situation. I wish all y'all a speedy recovery. I hope y'all get your mental back as fast as you can. I hope you could settle back in. I hope this brings a little peace to you. I don't know. I don't mean no disrespect on that note. But what I'm going to say is that the sad part is, like they said, and that's not a fact. It's just it's logical. That is way more Epstein Islands, man. It's so many Epstein Islands. You think that they brought that up here, and a lot of these. See, the difference with this is just that it's celebrities and people who supposed to rule the world have a lot of parts with dealing with what's going on in the government, right? But there's so many countries and states that have places like this where kids are just anything is happening to them. And not just kids, grown adults too. When anything is just happening to them. They selling off people. They auctioning them off. They sexually abusing them. Like this is just a little This ain't the big hit. This ain't the kahuna. You know, this just gave y'all a little something, and yeah, they put it out there with them because I could kind of feel like what Dr. Umar said, just let a little air out the bag. I like how he put that one. He said they just put that out there just to let a little air out the bag because guess what? They got so much stuff going on. They probably really had to say that, let's let a little bit out because we got so much coming in. We got to let some of this stuff out, you know? So, like, it is what it is, man. And so I look at some of these topics and I be like, wow, I'm blown away, you know, and I'm still learning, so I don't know like how hard to go or what certain things to say because I don't want to get flagged. I'm just starting to I just got a live, which ain't nothing, you know, so, I mean, it's something for me, but I can't pop junk like I'm the YouTube king. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna turn up and slowly but surely I'm gonna be consistent and keep giving y'all some algorithm and some topics. Like I tell y'all, man. Help me, help you, keep bringing you the news, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and share, man. I love y'all. Let's get out of here. Be out.